Hello everyone and welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today I'm here with another video from QGIS tutorial. Today we will explore how to do a supervised land use land cover classification in the QGIS environment. Okay, let's start by downloading a Landsat-8 data from USGS Earth Explorer. First of all, I'm going to this website. Login. I have to define a study area. By just clicking on the screen, you can define your study area. From data range, I will define a specific date. For example, month August, 1st of August until the end of September would be appropriate for my purpose. In the second step, I have to define data sets. As I said before, I'm going to download Landsat-8 data. There's two types of Landsat-8 data, level A and level 1 and level 2. Since some atmospheric correction has been done on the level 2, I will choose this one, Landsat-8. By clicking on result, it's gonna give me a list of available data that I can download. For example, I choose this one since the cloud cover is less. By clicking on download, and from production, click download product. Define a folder, for example, from my desktop. I will say satellite data and save it here. It's gonna take a while in order to download completely. Okay, it has been successfully downloaded. I will go to my folder, extract the downloaded file. It's finished. Right now I will back to my QGIS environment. In order to do a land use land cover supervised classification, I need SCPDuck plugin. If you don't have this plugin in your environment, you can go to the plugin from manage and install plugins. I can come to the search by searching for semi-automatic classification and click on that. By clicking on this plugin, you will see here an option of installing this plugin. It's going to be easy to click on this install options and it's successfully installed in your QGIS environment. Okay, everything is done. Right now I can add my data. From open data, I will choose raster. From source, I will go to the targeted folder, desktop, satellite data. From Landsat-8, I'm going to do a land use land cover classification. In order to do this, I will need bands 1 to 7. By holding Control, I can select all 7 bands. and click on open. Then click on add. It's gonna add all the 7 bands into your QGIS environment. In the second step, I will go to my flagging from SCPDuck, from set bands, or I can see it here, band set. Click on band set. Okay, I want to set all my bands in one set. There are a lot of options here that I will explain a little about them. From add bands, we can go and select all 7 bands by clicking on this one, select all. They are going to be selected and click on OK. As you can see, all of them were added successfully here, and a band set table is one here. Here we have several options in order to sort your band set if you have more than band sets, and also you can remove selected band set or add or new band set, depends on your usage and also purpose. Here also we have another options related to sort or move your bands or delete them, and also you can reset your environment, depends what you want. This option also useful the time you want to go directly to your metadata and call your data from there. Okay, until now it's good. I'm going to clip in a specific study area, then do a band set, and then for this I will go to the processing from here and clip raster bands. It's a good option for this purpose. By clicking on clip raster bands, you can see this panel. From here it's saying that select input band set. As you saw before, we have just one band set here, and I leave it in default. Then output name prefix you can choose, but it's gonna be clip. From here I have one options to do it manually. I mean select a study area that I'm interested manually, or I can use a vector for clipping. By just going to your targeted folder, I can do this. If I activate this one, it's gonna directly go to the folder that I'm going to use. First, of course, you need to add, let's say, vector file before coming to this stage. If you add it here, it's gonna appear here. Right now, I'm gonna do this using coordinates for clipping. It's easy, just need to put on these options from here, set area on map. By clicking on that one, go to your study area. By right clicking, by clicking on the area that you want, it's gonna give you a specific area that are selected. Just click on area and draw. Until now it's okay. I come back to the plugin. As you can see, all the coordinates have been assigned. In the next step, I can go to the band set. And it's set successfully. Right now I can click on run and define an output from folder. I can say band set, select folder. gonna take a while. However, it's successfully clipped. I don't need the previous bands. I can easily select them and remove them. As you can see, I just have my selected study area. I will continue with the previous steps back to the band sets, and it's open. Right now I need to reset this area using reset and I add all the required and also current band in my QGIS environment. By selecting all of them, I will do the same process. This is the clipped one. Here we can do a virtual raster for collecting some training data from the study area. Wavelengths I have to put on Landsat-8 data since I'm using Landsat-8 bands. And also wavelength unit, it's gonna be from 1 to 6. Here we can define our date, if you are interested, of course. For the first step, I'm going to create a virtual rasters for gathering some training data. By clicking on run, it's gonna ask me which folder are you interested in selecting. I'm saying this one. It's gonna take a while. However, it's created. Right now, just I need to change the RGB and deselect these. I can see my virtual data. No, sorry, this one. I can move it to the top. I'm gonna do some modification in order to visualize it in a better way. From properties, I can come to the render type, multi-band color. From red bands, I'm gonna put on near infrared, and green band is gonna be a red one, and blue one it's gonna be band 3. Very good. As you can see, it gave me a false color composite that's gonna be useful for further processing of land use land cover classification. Very good until now. Right now, in the next step, I need to create some training data. For these options, I will come here, training input. Click on that. First of all, I need to create a folder. From here, I can do this. Otherwise, if you have already some training input, you can easily import this data into your environment. However, since I don't have any training input, I will do it manually. Create a folder, name it, and inside the folder, I will set that training data. Save. Let's successfully save it and also add it here, as you can see. Here I will give you some information regarding this panel. We have various parts of this one. For example, this one is related to merge highlighted spectral signature. With this one, I can remove all the listed classes here. And also we can see the signature of spectral signature of each band or all the classes that we are going to select, or we can move them down or up. But the most important parts of this panel is this one. This means macro class ID. Imagine that you have a lot of water bodies in your study area, for example, lake or rivers. This one is going to be your macro class. For example, the ID is going to be 1. And also it's going to be the name of macro class, for example, water bodies. Inside the water bodies, you will have some classes like lake. It could be, let's say, rivers or other water bodies that you can classify. For example, for the first one, it's automatically assigned macroclass ID. Macroclass, it's going to be water bodies, and the class name, it's going to be lake, for example, this one. In order to collect some training data from here, I will also some band combinations that it's going to be help you to visualize better how to collect this data. For example, for land and water, I can have this band combination 564. In order to apply these bands, I will come here. I will set 564. By clicking on enter, I can see that water area so better than previous combination. In order to collect some training data on the screen from this part, we have created ROI polygon. By clicking on that one, I will come to my study area and start to gather some training data. In order to collect more data, I can use right click and also by holding control. When you finished collecting data, you need to just right click and it's finished. Your polygon has been closed. In the next one, by holding control, I will go and do the same thing for the next one. Again, right click. Right click. We don't have any other watery area, water bodies. I will go to the next one. However, we have a smaller one. We can do this for this area too. Okay, now the question is that how to save this collected training data for water. It's easy, just need to save temporary ROI to the training input. By clicking on this, your collected sample is going to be saved, and also you can see its color here. To change the color of your microclass, you can just click on this part and give it an unspecified color that you are interested for microclass, and also I will give this one, and for lake this one. Okay, right now I will go to the next one. Right now I'm going to collect some data for vegetation. In order to visualize better vegetation, I will back to my classification, and from here I can see that for healthy vegetation we have this combination 562, or we can use this one. This is for agriculture, this is for healthy vegetations, depends on your usage, you can choose. Or I will use this one, I can use this one, depends on your prefer. For example, I will check this one, vegetation analysis 654. By clicking on enter, as you can see here, it's visually in a better condition. These areas with the dark green, it's gonna give us this idea that this area should be with a high density of vegetation and they are in a healthy conditions. Right now I'm gonna start with collecting some data for forest. This area, as I know, there are a lot of gardens. Okay, in order to add a new class, I will change the macro class ID to the second one. This one also automatically assign it. Vegetation, it's gonna be my macro class. For my class, I will start with forest. Come back to my screen, use create ROI, and again the same procedure. Start to collect some data. Again, right click. By holding Control, I can continue to do this. Very good. These classes are related to forest. Again, I can save this class too. I'm not changing macro class ID since I'm going to collect some vegetation again, this time for gardens. This time I will change the name to garden. And also here I can give them an appropriate color. This is forest. Back to the environment. From creating ROI, I will back here. These are gardens. Remember to hold Control in all process of collecting data. I'm trying to collect data from every part of my study area. Okay, very good. This class also, we collected some data for this one. Again, I save. After finishing garden, I will go to the next class. This time, cultivated land. Activate ROI. Start to collect some data. I will do it throughout my study area. It's gonna help the accurately classification. Okay, very good. me collect from here also. And finished. I save this class too. Go to the next one. The next step, I'm gonna do some collection for built-up area. Back to my table. From here we can see that which option is useful for this one. For example, false color, it's going to be visualize urban area in a better way, 764. 764. Okay, very good. This is a built-up area. I back to my panel. Macro class, it's gonna be 3. Since I'm gonna change macro class name, I will say built up areas. In the second class name, I have to give it the name buildings. Back to the screen and use create ROI. Collect data. Since the spatial resolution is 10 meters, it's not completely obvious. However, I will try to gather more training data. This class and also collection has been down. Right now I can go to the next one, barren lands. From here I change the macro class ID for the name, it's gonna be lands, and class name it's gonna be barren. Here also I'm gonna do some modification. For cultivated land I will choose another color. And for built up area, this is good. For barren land I can come again here. I will collect some data again. Okay, very good. This class also has been down. Save this one. Everything is right and we don't need any further class. Here we have several options. If I, for example, select this one, select one of the class and click on this, we can see it's a spectral behavior. We can do this for other classes if you are interested, of course. However, right now I'm gonna do something else because we are nearing to the final classification. In order to have a preview of the classification, I can use this preview. I just need to activate classification, click on that, and click on the area. Okay, we have a pre-classification preview. it's good. You can check the accuracy of your classification right now from here, and also I'm gonna give this one a good color since it's not appropriate. For this one we have barren land. Okay. Right now, as you can see, it's much better than the previous one. In order to classify whole study area, I can come to the here. From band processing, we have classification. Here we have different algorithms for this purpose. For example, minimum distance, support vector machine. Which one you are interested, you can choose. However, here I'm saying that this asking that you want to use training. I'm saying that use class ID since we have different class ID, and select input band set. Since we have one band set, I'm gonna leave it in default. Right now I can run the classification, and it's asking me about output folder. Classification, and the name it's gonna be LULC. By clicking on save, it's gonna continue to classify my study area. This is the final classification for my study area. As you can see, we have different classes here from lake until barrens. Of course, the accuracy is not a little good. However, you can do it in a better way by spending more time in order to collect more accurate data and do it in a precise way. I hope the content of this video will be useful for you. If you like these types of videos, please like the video and also subscribe to my channel. Thank you very much for your attention.